proposes...
Uncle Meng already told me about it. Many of the best goods in our store were found by Uncle Meng. Here, this container is itself an antique, with at least 140 years of history.
Yep. Hang on a moment. Could we borrow one other thing?
Sure. Please help yourselves.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should be... It's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime! Carefully now.
Oh, yes. You might want to use these 2 freshly picked flowers.
Woohoo! It looks beautiful! Great! Now that we've put all that we've got into this bucket... According to Kuching, this is what... Excuse me, do you sell the moon here?
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of numbers.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the Yuan.
I've been waiting for you. Return.
It's Ningguang. Since this is our first meeting...
Oh, for me.
Oh no, it's nothing.
I'm glad this palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage point, I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out. One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations. Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grandmaster of the Night. As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached Liyue.
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu Inn.
Wait! Was
Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours. At the Guizhang Ballista.
You weren't peeked.
I fear that peeking would have been a little... Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. I believe that you've heard of the Archon War. Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until in the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Though beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, even in a new era, The Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, they will surely gain the upper hand. Hiding the Exuvio was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back, to play the...
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
What do you think, Traveler?
Huh? What are you two talking about?
Well answered.
Huh?
The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong.
I need a more physically demanding job.
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Be at ease, you two.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to...
Ooh,
Why, you've kept your...
that's because even the storytellers are talking about it.
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest. If possible, I'd like to have... But if you were to choose the more trustworthy... I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her... But after she said those words... The time of the Adepti has long passed. Well, I must say that I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But, for Leo's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be shackled by rumors of our usurpation of power. Indeed. It seems that you understood what I called for the gag order and for the Exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation. And also to prevent something similar to the incident in Mondstadt. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. As the Tianquan, allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided the venue for the rite. Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends,
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So...
Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How ab-
Yay! Paimon would... One of the sheets on that wall... Don't look at Paimon like that! One of these sheets of... Just imagine. How... Let's grab one! The biggest one! Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most obvious spot. Let's go with that one. La 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 la. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Oh, could it be treasure? Whatever it is, it better make us filthy rich. Let's sigil of permission, something, something, Fatui, research, copy. Huh? Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure. This piece of paper shows that a Qixing spy Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief in the shadows of Liyue. Spreading rumors, wanting to get their hands on the art, but research on the sigil of permission? Paimon wonders what they're up to. Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the sigil of permission. Seems there's still more for us to find out. Oh. Well, should we not go then? Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely... That's way out of Paimon's league. Paimon thinks she's been nothing but... Anyway, we'll see if you're onto some... Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place place marked out on these papers and see if the Fatui really...
So, have you made your... You don't have to confirm it with me. Just afterwards, why not sit down for a while in the Jade Chamber? Or have a short stroll? Rest is also an integral... All right, then. I hope the next time we meet, you will...
Breathe! Water jet! Yeah!
The hunter becomes the hunted. Have a little taste. Breathe! Picked the wrong test subject.
There really were Fatui at the location written down on this piece of paper. And, they look really mad at us, too.
Ida, you need to hurry up! This was well done! Roasted fry! This was well done! Fuel's clogged! Through. Frozen. Bombs away! Let's end this quickly. You're not going anywhere! It's time for a flash freeze. Frozen. It's not this time. Chill to the bone. Let's end this quickly. Terra smash! Terra smash! A reward on the road. Let's not waste time.
Quick!
Let's end this quickly. Counterattack.
Terra Smash!
That seemed to work. So quiet.
Terra Smash!
Quickly.
Terra Smash!
I guess this is it.
There are so many talismans here. And some stacks of blank paper, too. What are they for? Paimon's seen this pattern before. Oh, Paimon knows! It looks But how did a relic of the Adepti end up in the Oh, that's right! Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord of Geo created the talismans like that were once used in the Archon War to channel divine power. Maybe the Fatui are copying the Sigil of Permission, being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew, that sounds pretty dangerous. And the plot thickens. We'll need to keep an eye on Child, that's for sure. Alright, that's enough sticking around here. We got the last stop on our rite of parting preparations tour is Dihua Marsh. Let's go, Paimon!
Get out of my way! Time to fulfill my duty. This should be fun.
Terra Smash!
Not breaking a sweat. My duty at an end.
Terra Smash! To dust!
Is this an answer from this world?
Yeah! Terra Smash! Yeah! Terra Smash! Yeah! Yeah! Terra Smash! Yeah! 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 Terra Smash!
A reward on the road.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Terra Smash! Yeah! Huh.
A reward on the road.
Yeah!
Right on time. I myself... Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade Chamber?
It was so big and pretty.
Indeed. It's second to none in all... Then you met with Ningguang, I trust?
She's super rich and so generous. Paimon thinks she's very friendly. Yeah, his take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. He thinks that even the tech...
Oh. So you also met with Keqing then?
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liuch...
Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart. Though they are both members of the Qixing, although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions. Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her current position. No order. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her. Even if she ever gave up the position of Tianquan.
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's the most...
Why, Mora, of course.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink...
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me in the least. No matter what they may be planning, you must be...
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is.
Glaze lilies. But why did we come all the way out here? Doesn't the garden in Yujing Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is
No. Those lilies have all been gardened by people. Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joyful flower. Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. But very few people know that glaze lilies may still be found in the wild. Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of parting, we must grind up the wild lilies and place the powder in a censer of... But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers. That's correct.
So how good is your singing? Really? Why doesn't Pat...
We'll only know once he starts singing.
Windblade!
this an answer from this world?
Windblade! What?
Is this an answer from this world?
It's time to sing, whenever you're ready.
Da 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 da.
What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Lille?
Windblade!
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
This little monster is known as a... Strange. The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprisingly potent medicinal value. Let's collect what we can of these petals.
Well, that's nice and all, but will those petals be useful for the rite of parting?
Unfortunately, no.
That's so lame.
Excuse me. Are you searching for glaze lilies?
Oh, hey! What's her face?
Hello, traveler. I'm surprised you still... Ah! That reminds me. How was your visit to the gym?
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Didn't I tell you the way? Surely I...
Nope. We found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did
Something seems... She's acting different from the first time.
Oh, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the gardens of the city?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those lonely gardens now, I wouldn't. Whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days, I draw the windows to block my view of the gardens.
Oh, sorry. We shouldn't have brought it up.
No, it's quite all right. I just haven't processed my emotions yet. When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those original... Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only Barbados of Mondstadt remains. The other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago. Of the current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. She is merely 500 years old, whereas Rex Lapis... This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago.
So what do you think of this farewell?
Huh? This... As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue without Rex Lapis. But as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality. Since Rex Lapis has passed, the time of Liyue's contract with the gods and Adepti has now reached its...
Huh? Did you just say, as an Adeptus?
Yes, I am a mix of human and Chilean. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very day. Well, let's save that conversation for another day. I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found. See, I've just picked one myself. Here.
We dare not refuse it.
Oh, so did you sing a song before you picked the lily?
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well.
Wow, so you really know your...
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, if you would excuse me, I should return to my work.
And that just about does it. Our preparations for the rite of parting are mostly finished. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a fitting end to our tasks, in more ways than one.
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a business in Liyue.
I've had enough ventures in my life already. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, and requires no small amount of effort. And once business is at full steam, the stress of it all only wears away at you, so you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself. If left unchecked...
Wow. See? Zhongli sounds like he's our... Alright, I think it's about time... What happened? The city gate is swarming with Millilith and... the Fatui?
This atmosphere is highly abnormal. It seems as though something big has happened. We should ask around a little, just to be safe.
Ah, you're the consultant to Wengsheng. The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times.
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to stall the Adepti. However, both sides were quite obstinate and hit an impasse.
It seems inevitable, given the...
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor...
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort...
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the...
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have...
That's all Ningguang's doing. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millelith must rein in the actions of the Fatui. Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing. Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an... Neither path is an easy one.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng funeral parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring...
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng Funeral Park. Consider your next course of action carefully, traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it...
Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite... So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse? Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turned upside down, he must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching. But where could we find him now? Where would he go at a time like this?
Try something new with the one.
Grilled tiger fish. Get it while it's hot.
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing. Ad Astra Abyssosk. golden house? It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? This is where all of Teyvat's mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they will— Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky trick. But even if we can't take any, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of mora, it's like a dream come true! Oh, right. Back to business. It's quiet. Too quiet. Surely someone's gotta be Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paimon smells quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right!
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly— Don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are really pulling—
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty— She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that either way. We now come to my favorite part. The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a Harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong—
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill— Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you— Fighting talk, I love it! Now let's— This chance is hard to come by, so— Show me all you've got! So very few ever get— the chance to square off with him. Fatui Harbinger, so come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Passable effort, so quick to flee. Cowering already? Fourth time. You're wide open.
Windblade!
Not bad, not bad. Guess I should take you more serious. Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. Something else catch your eye? No use hiding back there.
Wind blade.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! Huh? I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Not bad. But this is going to cost you! Yeah! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now. Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it!
Wind blade. Disappear.
Some you win, and some you lose.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been.
That's what we've been trying to tell you!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friend...
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make...
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. In fact, It might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little as such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geor Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its... Do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsarit, using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my... But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more interesting. Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? Exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were...
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pin in Paimon.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be... Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessarily.
What? Wait, all of you are supposed to be the guardians of...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Qi Sing did once research the matter of the Guizhong ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong ballista with one's own hand. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn the...
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we... So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Yep.
The Fatui! They're attacking the Guizhong ballista!
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced the god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
With the wind!
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How dare... Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
No slacking off!
Yeah!
The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
What are you about to say? We can't hold them, children?
the Kuchi. Excuse me, do you
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to...
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one...
If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber fly... Did we make it in time?
What are you doing?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adept...
Faced with the calamity of such...
Oh, Paimon gets it. Just seeing the...
It's not just you. Which is why we must stop that.
So the Archon War was So will the power of the
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessarily.
What? But all of you are supposed to be the Guardians of Lilith. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chi Sing did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now. Yep.
The Fatui! They're attacking the Guizhong Ballista!
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb... their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
Be a killjoy! We've all been Finally.
Windblade!
What is that?
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't hold...
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time Julian Karst! Whoa! It's Madame Ping's shockwave! This grade's really strong!
Looks like I went too far.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Disappear! Windblade!
Exercise caution! I fear that the god's power has reached its peak!
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
With the wind!
I'm staying right here. This is
Windblade! Let's move. Disappear!
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace!
miscalculated. This isn't good. Others are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have...
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited... At first, it was only the size of a small room. But with continued expansion, it has become... It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a bit... Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation...
Well, I was really hoping you would say that... Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please...
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our record, even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it... Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city.
Are you questioning our means of protecting
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited. I also thought to tell him How the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as... But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds, and the Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of...
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such...
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I have come I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise...
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the... Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please, come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the... Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found, and the time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time...
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror of Demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue, one fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans... Fair enough. Away...
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart?
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is better.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends. Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out, but we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. So Rex Lapis never... Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom? Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshem Funeral Parlor.
Is this an answer from this world?
All tasks have been handed out.
Ad Astra Abyss.
I'll keep this close.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng funeral parlor isn't in the best.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him where he...
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a we had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
The key here is consumer psychology.
Thank you so very much, lady.
What should I put in my letter?
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And... you!
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, Right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
No, don't let her get to you! You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle. So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsari...
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Lyric goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right, which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him, too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for joining me on this journey, Traveler. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all!
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark!
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call it as you see it?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Ah, fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
What sort of contract did you sign with the
One of the clauses of our contract was not to divulge...
You're so... Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere.
Yes, and to think that this happened right up...
Say, do you think the person who...
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do...
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like...
Oh, well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those...
So Rex Lapis is really...
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think? I don't think there's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish...
Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious.
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex...
Hear ye all, the Qixing's words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Now, let the truth be revealed. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Liyue to grieve not and to let not their hearts be saddened. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixing's announcement said. So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Now, could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't... Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis? Exactly, right? Ooh. Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing.
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heaven.
3,700 years of
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous, but blinded by our prosperity.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn. Will you stand with us as we
So concludes the words of her Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she
Traveler.
Yikes! She really
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the...
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, name your price. You deserve...
Whoa!
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Roping you in was possibly...
Why, if you were looking for someone...
The cleanup of the premises, managing the crowds as they exit, making an account...
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal. You're right. I do lack the As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily When I was journeying with you...
Oh, no one. But since you weren't used to not...
Well, we were only spending... In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange... The Archon Morax could never I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. That is true. But there is no...
Paimon thinks that we should make a...
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me...
Paimon thinks we've heard that one...
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Ina...
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma... Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know...
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate... This is what visions are. Magical foci.
That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the
Vision hunt?
Yes. It was an order to seize all
They want to seize visions. But what?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely
Whoa!
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that ad 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside the...